Every time I record a black metal video, and I'm recording black metal with an amp to demo the amp in a black metal kind of setting, somebody always comments in the comment section and says the only way to record black metal is with the cheapest solid state amp you can get and a Radio Shack mic. So often they say you should use a crate amp, and I know that they're joking, but it also is pretty accurate. If you go back 25 years, people were probably doing that, and they were some of the best albums ever. So I thought to myself, well, why don't I record a black metal song using loads of different amps and see if anyone can tell which is the solid state amp with solid state distortion, which is the solid state amp using pedal distortion, which is the valve amp using valve amp distortion, which is the valve amp using pedal distortion, which is the modelling software directly into the digital workstation, and which is a digital modelling piece of gizmo going into an amp. So that's what I'm going to do. So for solid state distortion, I haven't got a crate amp, but I have got this. It's an Orange Crush 12. So this was like the cheapest high gain amp that I could find. So I thought, right, that's going to do it. And Orange always makes good stuff. So that's what I'm going to use for the solid state amp distortion. For solid state amp and pedal distortion, I'm using this, which is a Quilter Overdrive 200. It's a 200 watt solid state amp, and I'm using my Jekyll & Hyde. For valve amp distortion, I'm using this, the Laney GHR30, I think it's called, or GRH30. And I'm also using the clean channel on that, again with the Jekyll & Hyde, to give you the valve amp with pedal distortion. So as you can see here, I'm in Bias Effects 2. I'm using the Jump to Hell preset, which has got a gate, a drive, modulation which is off, a splitter because you can use one of two different heads here, and cabs, and a mixer. And I'm literally just using channel 1 here, and my settings are gain at about 8, bass halfway, middle about 10 o'clock, treble about 3 o'clock, presence off, and master just to stop it peaking. So that's what I'm using for the Positive Grid Bias Effects 2 sound. And for the modelling amp gizmo type thing going into an amp, I am using this, the Line 6 HX Stomp, and I've got it set up on this amp and using these settings. So as I say, what I'm going to do, I'm going to play through the song using different amps, and on each of the amps I've just recorded, or on all of the amps I've put the mic straight in front of the amp or the cab. I've not added any EQ or any compression or anything in the mix. The only thing I have added in the mix is a little bit of reverb, and I've added exactly the same setting on each of the amps. For the bias, I'm just going straight into the interface and recording it flat and then adding a bit of reverb. And for the Helix, I'm doing the same. I'm plugging straight into the back of the HX Stomp, straight into the amp, no effects, nothing else in the loop, nothing in the digital workstation other than a little bit of reverb. So this is just the pure sound of the amps going into the mic other than the Positive Grid. So can you tell? I'm going to play through the song so you can hear it, and then I'm going to play it again, and this time I'm going to show you which amp I was using for each of the sounds and see if you can get it right. So leave a comment in the comment section below, and let's see if you can tell which was the old solid state amp.